a dog groomer, I've met many animals with these similar circumstances. Not these particularly, but those who have been burdened by puppy mill abuse. Puppy mills are a huge problem for the animals who have been burdened with this lifestyle. Tonight, as a dog groomer and as a volunteer at my local animal shelter, I'm here to talk to you about the research I've conducted on how eliminating puppy mills is essential for the well-being of our animals, and what we as animal lovers can do to help. First, you need to know some of the problems puppy mills cause. According to Pamela Sachs' article, Puppy Mills, Misery for Sale, since 1991, the field agency inspectors who oversee all commercial breeding within the state has dropped from 88 to 65. The licensing and inspection programs monitored by the United States Department of Agriculture is careless, and the state breeding restrictions are ineffective. The temperament between an animal who is raised in a puppy mill and a normal animal is sadly and significantly different. In Peter Sharon article, Puppy Mills Leaving Lasting Emotional Scars, a dog raised in a puppy mill had showed elevated signs of fears and phobias, had showed compulsive and repetitive behaviors, and heightened sensitivity to touch and noise. I have also seen the behaviors like this in my line of work. An animal confined with little or no intention or experiences can psychologically challenge any animal. Unfortunately, puppy mills are much more worse than the visuals I have offered you. This is a picture of a puppy mill. In another article by Sharon called Taking Aim at Puppy Mills, the Humane Society has said that the 10,000 puppy mills unmonitored and unlicensed have produced up to 400 million animals. Most of these animals are living in awful conditions with little or no medical attention. The females are wore out from endless producing, and most have multiple skin infections, diseases, and genetic disorders. Sharon also states the sale of any kind with an animal with unhealthy conditions and troubling issues is also considered consumer fraud. With these problems, animals are less likely to find homes, and those who do are ill, which affects the family. Puppy mills cause overpopulation in our animal shelters, and the state funds are spent on the medical bills of these animals who are raised in puppy mills. Sharon estimates that over $300,000 of state funds are spent on these medical bills. There is a way that we can make this puppy mill problem better. Stronger and stricter licensing and inspection programs are essential and can produce ethical commercial breeding with strong breeding regulations. Speaking up about abuse is also important to raise awareness. You can report any signs of abuse at your local animal shelter or online at aspca.org. An animal is not meant to be bought. Any contribution to such animal places were stopped. More puppy mills would be eliminated. This can be achieved by adopting or spreading the word about animals who are available for adoption. With these solutions, the overpopulation in our animal shelters will reduce, and the state funds spent on the conditions of these animals can be put towards the local animal shelters and creating stronger breeding programs. You and I are key to solving this problem. We must encourage and enforce stronger and stricter licensing and inspection programs for our commercial breeding within the state with strong breeding regulations. But the number one thing we can do is adopt. The key factor of putting out a business is to take away its business. There are many animals available of all shapes and sizes at your local animal shelter. You are now aware that the elimination of puppy mills is essential for our animals' health. Stronger and stricter regulations, adoption, and spreading the word about the adoptions are the key factor of eliminating puppy mills. The less people buy at these places, the more likely a puppy mill will go out of business. Remember, adopt, don't shop.